Welcome home, everyone. Welcome home. We are talking about affordable housing while living here in America, and we know the rent is too doggone high. And what is our theme song? Living in America. And we want to sing it as happy as James Brown sung it some years ago. So we are asking for affordable housing. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. So right here, I created this community to try to prevent and reduce homelessness one person at a time. One person, guys, and it starts right here with us. So what I ask you to do, if you're not part of this community, is to become a subscriber, and I ask you to share these videos with your homeless community, your family, your friends who need it the most. You know someone out here that needs affordable housing, so I ask you to like the video and share the video, okay? So we are here to help other people, and that's what I am here to do, to serve you guys. And I ask you to take this video and pass it on, like passing a baton, all right? So people can get the affordable housing that they need. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Kentucky only. So subscriber request for Kentucky. I'm going to tell you what's out there. It's a new week, and it means new housing, all right? So we're going to see what's out there in housing. We're going to talk about Section 8, we're going to talk about Housing Choice Vouchers, we're going to talk about project-based vouchers, we're going to talk about public housing, guys. I ask you to do your due diligence before placing yourselves on any open waiting lists, okay? Although we know public housing these days are not our grandparents' public housing what they once were, all right? So they're tearing down things, they're rebuilding things, they have rehabilitated a lot of things, habitated some things. But just make sure, and I know a lot of us, we don't want to be homeless, so sometimes we'll live in anything for temporarily or for a short time sometimes, and so, but just do your due diligence, okay? All right, so what's out there today? We have Churchill Park in Owensboro, Kentucky. It is public housing, so you're going to check the housing authorities. I have a list here. The only thing is you're going to have to go to those housing authorities. I'll tell you what waiting list is open, and you have to go there, okay? So you got to help me help you, all right? So Churchill Park, Owensboro, Kentucky for public housing. There are 2 and 3 bedrooms available in public housing for Versailles, Kentucky. All right? There's a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher that's big. It's an open waiting list in Henderson, Kentucky. All right, there's a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher waiting list open at the Housing Authority of Synthania. All right, that's big. We love those Housing Choice Vouchers. They are portable, guys. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher is in Kenton County, Kentucky. So check that housing authority, okay? The City of Bowling Green Housing Division has a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher. We love that. We love that. I haven't seen a lot of public Section 8 Housing Choice Vouchers, usually in just one state alone. Arkansas had a lot the last time I had updated and looked at that video, but Kentucky looks like it has a few as well, guys. All right, so public housing, Housing Authority of Henderson, public housing in the Housing Authority of Georgetown, public housing in the Housing Authority of Dawson Springs. So that's Dawson Springs. Public housing in Fairview Court, Hames Park, and Myers Towers. Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in Lawrence County, Kentucky, guys. There's 1 bedroom open waiting list available for public housing somewhere in Kentucky. That's all it says. So you want to check these housing authorities in Kentucky, guys. Check your housing authority. It may be in your county, okay? All right, there is a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher available in McCracken County, Kentucky. Also, there's a project-based voucher in Connie Griffin Apartments. So they have a waiting list in Lexington, Kentucky. Also in Lexington, Kentucky is a project-based voucher waiting list open at Ballard Apartments. There's a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher available, waiting list, guys, in Boyd County, Kentucky. There is a project-based voucher at New Hope Properties in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. There's a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher, guys, at Camp in Pendleton County, Kentucky. Yes, tell your military families about this. And a Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in Jefferson County, Kentucky. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in Frankfort, Kentucky. This is where the Housing Choice Vouchers are. They're hiding right here in Kentucky, guys. So if you are willing to move to Kentucky or know someone that is willing to move to Kentucky, here is another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher. Open waiting list at the Housing Authority of Owensboro. And another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher revealed at the Housing Authority of Springfield, Kentucky. Guys, they're right here. A Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in the Housing Authority of Bairdstown. Amazing. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher waiting list in Boone County Assistant Housing Department. Boone County. I'm sorry. The sun is in my eyes here on the screen. Boone County. All right, another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher at the Housing Authority of Floyd County. Aren't you so glad? Aren't you so glad that you landed on this channel? Public housing available in Louisville Metro Housing Authority, guys. All right, public housing at Housing Authority of Frankfort. And public housing at Madisonville Housing Authority. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Somerset. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Corbin, Kentucky. All Kentucky today, guys. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Paris. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Danville. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Richmond, Kentucky. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Maysville. That's Maysville. Get your names on this list, guys. And you can put yourselves on multiple lists, okay? Multiple states, multiple lists, multiple counties. It is up to you if you're willing to move there and that comes available, as long as you're willing to move there. All right, public housing at the Housing Authority of Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Public housing available at the Housing Authority of Middlesboro. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Cynthiana. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Hazard, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Glasgow. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Paintsville. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Barberville, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Cumberland, Kentucky, guys. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Murray is open for waiting lists. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Moorhead, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of, what does that say? Catlettsburg, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Prestonburg, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Hickman. Public housing at the Housing Authority of, is that Martin, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Pineville, Kentucky, guys. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Cadiz, C-A-D-I-Z. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Mayfield, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Fulton, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Jackson, Kentucky. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Whitesburg, Kentucky. Public housing at Campsville Housing and Redevelopment Authority. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Monticello, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Burkesville. And public housing at the Housing Authority of Lancaster, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Springfield. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Bowling Green. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Carrollton. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Columbia, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Central City, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Williamston. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Bardstown, Bardstown. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Princeton. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Harlan. Whew, I'm not used to doing all this talking. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Stanford. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Staten. Public housing at the Housing Authority of McCreary County. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Hodgenville, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Shelbyville. Public housing at the Public Housing Authority of Vanceburg, Kentucky. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Berea, Berea. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Benton. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Olive Hill. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Sturgis, Sturgis. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Knott County, Knott. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Franklin. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Irvington, Irvington. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Floyd County. Public housing at the Housing Authority of Floyd County. Another Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher in Lebanon, Kentucky. So contact Lebanon, Kentucky Housing Authority. And there's public housing at Lebanon Housing Authority. Waiting list open and public housing at the Housing Authority of Hopkinsville. Project-based voucher. Waiting list is open at the Housing Authority of Covington, Section 8. All right, so this is wrapping it up. This wraps it up for Kentucky, guys. If you're not a subscriber, please become a subscriber so you can stay updated to these weekly alerts. If you need other support, there are other channels out here that talk about Section 8 on YouTube. There's Section 8 Consulting, Mama Cutie Finance, in the Affordable Housing Waiting Room. All right, I love you guys so much. I'll see you real soon on that future video. All right, subscribe, share, and leave me in the comments, please, what state you are looking for or where your family lives, what you are looking for. Share this to your homeless communities. Goodbye, be well, and be safe out there.